What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Game of the Week show. I'm Matt, that's Dan, and that's Ash.
Got it right this time.
I did.
You got it the right way around.
Yeah. That's what I've actually done, you won't see, is I've stuck names on the back of your chairs, just so I can remember. So, the Game of the Week show is a weekly show that the three of us do, where we get together for about half an hour to talk about video games. We talk about the latest news topics that have broken over the past 7 days, but then going through the latest game releases before all picking our favourite games of the week. If you like game-related conversations, let's plays, pretty much anything to do with video games, you can check out everything we do on thegameinitiative.com. Links to that, along with our social media, is all down below. And we now may proceed. Ash.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Release date.
Yeah.
DLC.
Oh yeah.
Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
Vocabulary through the roof.
So yeah.
It's good. It's good.
There's
news.
a release date has been confirmed. We knew it was going to be Q1.
Yeah, we did.
March 18th. I like that date. It's 2 weeks before Quantum Break, so they're getting out ahead of Xbox's big first-party game for that window. And it also gives me 2 weeks to play this game before Quantum Break comes out. So that's good.
Good strategy, yeah.
In addition to the release, we've got some special editions, collector editions. Special edition comes with steelbook art cases and art books and some DLC stuff, all this standard stuff. But if you go up to the collector's one, you then get a 12-inch statue of Nate as well. Either of you gonna get
like
this? A bit like that, but
like
a little bit less Batman-y. A whole lot less.
You mean
100% less
You mean
Batman.
he's not going to be wearing the cowl and cape?
No.
His...
Well, not that I've seen so far. They might. It's still to be determined.
Okay.
But it does say not final image. But yeah.
So the final one could turn up wearing the Batman costume.
I would be very, very surprised if he turned up. But even if he's not wearing Batman costume, I would still consider it as a worthwhile purchase.
Yeah, I think, I don't get many of these special edition, collector's edition things because...
I don't really buy into it that much because most of what you get just sits in a container on your shelf.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't need a steel case. I don't need an art book. I like the statues are nice because they'll sit nicely on a shelf or.
But then they're normally really, really expensive.
Yeah.
Some of them go a bit too far.
They
This
can
one, though,
do.
this one could look around the 180 to £100 range, which I think is reasonable. It's like you're paying 40 quid for the statue, basically.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
not
not too
terrible, but
no, especially if it's for someone or something that you feel very passionate about.
Yeah.
Such as
Uncharted or Batman.
I'm still waiting for it though. I haven't seen it up for pre-order yet in the UK. The US ones always get it ahead of time, so I'm still waiting for it.
Here's the question: if you do get it, will he replace Batman on the table, or will he go next to him?
Well, I'm thinking we might have to start putting shelves up because we're going to start running out of room otherwise.
We will.
I already don't like that Batman kind of takes up a lot of my screen real estate. Like I kind of look more of like a floating head, and people can't see like the amazing fashion sense that I have behind him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good... This week it's definitely a good fit there.
Anyway,
but
March 18th. I'm glad we got a date.
Yeah.
That is that's something that I've just been dying to hear for a while. I know we've got the old collection coming through next month.
yes, so not that long to go now.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
We've also got news that DLC will be coming as well. We don't have a date for that yet. It's a bit premature, but obviously Naughty Dog did Left Behind, which I don't know if you guys played at all. We all had the remastered editions. I don't know if you...
did I
ever
play
played?
it? I don't know if I did.
The one with
No,
Ellie before. It's like a prequel to it, isn't
I
it?
didn't.
no, because I didn't have the remastered.
I
I played it right at the end of the PS3
Okay.
era.
Oh yeah, and you played that again, and you were like, "I'm not going to get the remastered because it's
I did get it.
Too close.
It's like
to time.
literally,
Yeah.
you
I
literally.
haven't played it.
Yeah.
But anyway, this isn't any way related to Left Behind. Obviously, it's
Well,
just they've done it for that, so now they want to incorporate it into the Uncharted series. Now it'll be interesting to see: will it be a side story with Nate? Will it maybe be a Sully thing? It's going to obviously be some way tied into one of the characters. Will they be? Will it be a secondary character taking the lead, or will it just be more Nate?
I wonder if they'll actually I mean, they haven't really mentioned a lot about Nate's brother previously.
I was just
So
gonna
I'm
say
wondering if that will fill in some of the... Because,
Yeah.
well, depending on, obviously, the game.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's in there.
True.
But depending on where they go, they could use that to fill in backstory for him.
Yeah, that's actually quite
Or
good.
maybe even the two of them younger together doing something.
You're exactly along the lines of what I was going to say. I think we'll probably see the same thing. Nate's brother's obviously a new character to the series, and I think there'll be some questions about him and where he's been and what he's been up to.
Yeah.
It's
like, where were you when teenage Nate was running around?
Yeah, because Sully picked up
from museums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sully picked up really young, so that could be quite interesting. We will find out.
We will.
The DLC probably a bit later, but Uncharted 4 March. Make sure you've got that time booked off, or you've resigned from your job, or do something to get fired before then. Whatever you want to do. And if you're at school, pull a sickie.
Which of those do you want me to do for artwork, Matt? Do you want me to get fired, resign, or just take the time off?
Couldn't care less, because I'm going to call rank on you and do it first. You're going to have to pull a sickie because I'm going to have the day off.
Okay.
Halo, flipping from PlayStation to Xbox. We've got Guardians coming later on this year. The cinematic trailer dropped a week ago now. It dropped on the Monday. This trailer, Ash, I watched it with you just before.
Yeah.
Looks really cool. We're introduced to Fireteam Osiris, kind of for the first time in real-time action. We've seen images.
Yeah.
But this is with Spartan Locke, and obviously Guardians very much building up this Locke versus Master Chief, Blue Team versus Osiris. And Team Osiris, they look pretty badass. Kind of, you see it all. They're kind of falling down the mountains and kind of entering combat, but it's all in this one take, and it's really cool. And you see like the powers, especially with the superpowers you have, like the ground pound and stuff like that.
It's an action-packed scene, isn't it? And it looks amazing. I know it's cinematic, so it's meant to, but it really does look breathtaking.
And of course, it doesn't end on any form of conclusion.
No,
as well, which is well
it
done. Because some trailers they just leave you with some kind of conclusion to what you've just seen. Whereas this one's just still going down the mountain.
Yeah, but that's the end. That's all you're seeing.
Yeah,
no,
but there is this whole sort of grey area around this where the story's going. Anyways, an area. I mean, it's the sort of catch tag of Hunt the Truth, and there's a lot of speculation as to where the story's going, and I think that's why all these trailers are leading you into little clues and just leaving those little cliffhangers in there all along the way.
Yeah. But one of the things, looking at that, I mean, I know they probably put a ton of resources into just trying to get those 3 minutes done. But looking at the quality of it, should they ever actually want to do a proper Halo movie? It's almost that's the look.
So you're thinking more like rather than kind of real life action, they actually almost go CGI movie.
Yeah, it lends itself, I think, a lot better to what's out there in the Halo universe.
Yeah, that would be a good... Because it's going to happen eventually, isn't it? It is going to happen.
What was it, Forward Unto Dawn or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Like the live action thing that they did, and then they did another one like introducing Locke's character and so on.
Yeah.
They worked okay.
I see what you mean.
To be able to put the action that really happens in like Halo...
It can be done, but it's probably actually
CGI
almost...
looks
it's actually
better.
Well, it would have to be CGI anyway, so they might as well make it all CGI.
Yeah,
and then...
it just floats when it's like
That's an interesting thing. I don't know whether that would
Because you've reached the point now that facial rec and everything like that for acting is up there in quality, that it doesn't look terrible if you just did it that way.
It'd be interesting to see if they would have... Because the big money is always made with real life action. Well, not always, but...
No.
You don't see... If you want to go big Hollywood, unless it is coming from a Disney studio or like a DreamWorks studio, then it generally is real life.
The closest thing I guess you could compare it to would be Avatar.
Yeah, but that's real life as well.
Well, it's half and half, isn't
half
it?
and half.
So, but it's where they could go. It shows it's possible.
It does look good anyway. As a trailer, it's certainly...
I'm excited. October 27th can't come fast enough. That's another day I'm going to be sick. A lot of sick days coming up. Already feeling quite warm right now, to be honest. One thing I will add, if anyone hasn't checked this out yet, there is actually a really good podcast series called Hunt the Truth where they're kind of discussing the story. There is a big. It's not just a tagline. There is actually a big story that they're building up to. So I would recommend checking those out. But at the same time, don't check them out if you are still waiting to play the Halo games.
Yes.
So play the Halo games and then listen to the podcast. Huh. Staying with Xbox, they've announced a new Elite console this week, and it's going to be forming part of their Elite bundle with their Elite controller.
Can we say Elite anymore?
It's quite an elitist idea, really.
It is. Xbox definitely like that word.
Yeah.
They because obviously with the 360 as well, there was a 360 Elite.
Yeah.
So it's obviously through all the money and millions they spend with their marketing. This is obviously the flash word that makes people buy stuff the most.
It is.
Not
I was told by
Ultimate.
somebody this week that the colour purple makes you buy things, and I thought, well, if that's the case, why doesn't everyone make everything purple? But psychologically, apparently, purple
used to be the royal colour way back because it was expensive as shit to make.
Okay.
In comparison,
there we go.
Oh, yeah, there was a
Twilight armies always wore red because that was like ridiculously cheap to produce. So,
but
still random history facts.
Just yeah.
Why doesn't everyone own purple clothes? Like purple's not always fashionable. Purple was fashionable a couple of years ago. Purple was in, but it's not really in at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird. So, for more useless facts and information, you can check them out on our website.
Hey,
the information on there is gold.
My writing's not useful facts. It's far worse than that.
Back on topic.
So what were we talking
Elite.
about? Oh yeah,
Elite.
Xbox Elite console. So it's coming with a 1 terabyte console. It's a 1 terabyte solid state hybrid drive. What that basically means is it's still going to be a normal kind of SATA disk drive. Yeah. But it will have a solid state partition within it.
Okay.
So you can have certain, and apparently it will work that it will learn what things you do often, and it will use the solid state partition to do that. And the things you do less will stay on the slower disk drive. So that's quite interesting. They haven't said how much of its solid state. I'd probably imagine if it's 1 terabyte, it's going to probably be only like 200 or something. It's going to be quite a small amount, maybe even 128. But anyway, it gives an improvement on the boot up installs of 20% apparently, which I don't know. Does it really matter? Do you ever turn on your Xbox going, God, I wish this was 20% faster?
No.
Do you ever have that with your PS4?
No.
I would ask you if your Xbox still hasn't turned on yet. But yeah, that's coming in November with the Elite controller for £400. It's basically the price that the console was when it very first released.
Yeah.
But you're now getting this Elite controller with it, bigger hard drive, which is also faster. So possibly maybe the bundle to look to get if you're still looking to buy an Xbox One and you're not quite so price sensitive. But in terms of value for money, because that controller is what, £100 controller on its own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's worth that is, again, your personal preference, but yeah, I thought it was quite cool.
So what you're saying is it's a good thing that I've waited.
Well, it depends if you actually buy it or not.
He won't.
He won't.
He won't.
I bet you £400 you won't. No. What we got next? Deus Ex. We have a release date for that as well, along with another collector's edition and some more information as well. So let's first go with the release, which is indicated to be February 23rd. So kind of Q1 starting to get a bit busy now. We've obviously just had Uncharted before. We've got Deus Ex, which is now actually the same day as Mirror's Edge.
It is.
So you've already got your first Clash. There's Battleborn coming as well, and Quantum Break, and I'm sure there's more that I'm not remembering at this moment in time. The Division.
Yep.
So it's getting a busy time.
It is.
Although what time isn't busy nowadays for us? It's a full-time job, this gaming stuff.
It is.
So yeah,
One of these days it'll pay.
One of these days. It does pay, apparently. You just have to be watched by enough people. So
we're not going to...
everyone... No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No. even if they paid us £1,000 a view, we still wouldn't have enough for the three of us to stop working.
No.
With this, you do get another statue, this time of the lead protagonist from Deus Ex, Adam Jensen. Only 9 inches, so he's a few inches smaller than Nate. So
if size matters.
So yeah, if size matters, Nate's your man. On top of this, there's a pre-order tier as well. Now this is the bit I wanted to see what you guys thought, because this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
You're talking about, if we're going to do innuendos about kind of sizes, then this is kind of like a raw deal, as it were. In the fact that if you pre-order the game, if enough people pre-order the game, benefits will come to those people that pre-order. But so you don't get all the benefits for just pre-ordering yourself. You have to wait for a certain number of people to pre-order the game in order to get it. And it's in 5 tiers, from some character skins up to some in-game missions, up to some digital kind of music and stuff, all the way up to the game releasing 4 days early. So if enough people pre-order it, we'll release the game early. What a bunch of wankers.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. Not something we've ever seen before, and I think I just don't know how they can really warrant doing this.
See, there's a difference between saying, thank you all you guys for pre-ordering, here's an extra bonus, to, if you want the bonus, pre-order, motherfuckers.
Yeah, basically. Because otherwise you've got the people that pre-order, although let's be honest, especially off the back of like the negativity this has drawn, surely they've got to give all the stuff, because if they don't give the stuff, that's almost them publicly saying not enough people pre-ordered this game.
Yeah.
And like that's really bad to their shareholders, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I would think we'll still see a 4 days earlier release date.
Yeah. Also, we've talked about like with games in the past being broken and therefore setting a bad trend for pre-ordering the next one in a series and stuff like that. If you're having to essentially threaten people to pre-order your game, it's not exactly putting that game in good light.
They must be very confident of this release date then.
Yeah.
If they're saying, not only will we definitely hit that one, we can hit 4 days earlier if we need to.
Yeah.
So that was kind of pretty bad on Square's part, kind of unnecessarily bad PR.
Yeah.
On the flip side, they might be saving themselves a little bit. There's talks that Human Revelations will be coming to the Xbox One via the backwards compatibility program. So obviously that launches in November. So a chance for Xbox One owners to maybe play the game that preludes Mankind Divided, because this game takes place just a couple of years after the events of Human Revelations. So if you haven't played it, it is a very good game. So a good chance to play it on the new console.
Yeah, on the plus side, I mean, Deus Ex is a game that I have firmly got my eye on, and I will no doubt be picking up.
But not pre-ordering it. Out of principle.
Yes.
I probably won't be pre-ordering it.
Yeah. Stay strong.
Yeah.
Don't fall for that corporate.
I'll wait for everyone else to pre-order, and when it comes out 4 days early, I'll go and buy it.
Although the 4 days early is Friday to Tuesday anyway, so we would have probably got it 4 days early.
Yeah.
Because we get it on Friday. Let's close out the news then. Fallout 4. No pre-order bullshit with them.
No statues yet.
Well, we've had the Pip-Boy edition, which is already sold out.
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah, we did. That's
they've already come and gone.
Old news.
But what they have said is they've now officially wrapped on all the dialogue within the game, and it's kind of just touched over 111,000 lines of dialogue. Now, I feel like we might have talked about this before.
We did.
I feel like
we talked about the lack of dialogue and conversation within previous Fallout games, and that we expected a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? Sort of being able to relate to characters, and a lot more.
Because
character
your character never had a voice before.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot more of being able to maybe sympathise with a character's personality and getting to know the character and their personality as an individual. I think we're going to see that a lot with this game, whereas we haven't with others. So we kind of did expect there to be a bit more interaction in terms of dialogue.
But yeah,
But that's
still a lot.
That's
More
a
than
lot.
Fallout 3 and Skyrim combined.
Yeah.
So that's... But let's just say there's not many chances that you'll start hearing the same thing over and over.
So it's not like a sports game there where the commentator said the same thing about 3 times in one game.
No. And if they're do saying anything, it's completely irrelevant to what's going on the pitch at this moment in time.
Yeah.
I had just talking about when I was playing FIFA like a month ago. They were, they talk about a player and then it comes up in the top, it was talking about like my right back, and they were criticising him for being on like a barren run of not scoring for like he's like in his first 3 games. Like, I'm sorry, my defender's not scoring goals. Anyway, closing out the Fallout news, on top of the dialogues, we've also got, we haven't yet got, but it has been confirmed that the US will be getting a special edition of Fallout Monopoly. So the board game Monopoly coming in, but with all the locations being Fallout themed and all of your... I really hope that the currency in this game is actual physical bottle caps. I mean, that would be a massively missed opportunity if it's not.
It would, and I think it would have to be.
Is there any other board game in history that has lent itself so well to rebranding as Monopoly?
Oh, Monopoly is like... There's Monopoly everything. Yeah. I think as a kid, I had like 4 different Monopolies.
Yeah.
I almost had this as a past chat topic on its own. As if to be like, what game would make a good board game?
We actually have, you won't see it on the cover, but we actually have Monopoly Bailiwick of Guernsey edition down there.
Yeah.
Still in the cellophane.
Don't say that. My mum bought it for me for Christmas. Oh, she doesn't watch, it's fine.
We can make that be an extremely boring Let's Play if you want.
We could.
An extremely long Let's Play.
Yeah. We will have to complete it in 15 minutes.
Speed Monopoly, it's fine.
That's a lot of editing. So yeah, that's coming to the US in November to coincide with the release of Fallout 4. Whether or not it comes to our shores is still not confirmed yet because it's a GameStop exclusive, so we don't have a GameStop.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'll be able to import it if you really wanted it. It's not that difficult
It'll
to
be
do.
on eBay.
Yeah.
So if you like board games, there you go. Yeah. Maybe a way to get all of your family playing Fallout this fall. Should we move on to the games?
Yeah,
and a couple of really big games. The first one, which we could just talk about all day. And by we, I mean me.
You. Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain.
The Phantom Pain.
The Phantom Pain. For PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So this is the final chapter in Snake's story.
Unless Kojima gets hired by someone else.
Well, even then, he's not going to be able.
Nah.
Konami own the rights. This is the end of Metal Gear Solid as we know it.
He'll come out with a game. It'll just be completely renamed characters, and it'll all look the same. The eye patch will be on the other eye, and
maybe I don't think he'll touch. He says that he's always thought that he wouldn't do another Metal Gear, doesn't do a Metal Gear, and he has done. But I would like to see him go and work on something different. Now it's been as good as this game is so far. He's still spent 26 years making the same franchise. He probably wants to do something different.
Yeah, I would think so.
So yeah, that's available right now. Really good so far, as I said. We've got a Let's Play coming up on that tomorrow. The Let's Play is not necessarily a fair reflection on the quality of the game, so don't judge us too harshly. But it's quite difficult to do a slow stealth game as a Let's Play, but if you just want to see how it works, then you'll be able to check that out.
Yeah.
There's my one criticism, and I think I've mentioned this to you already, sort of at work, has been that I haven't understood or played any of the games, so I don't understand whether this is meant to be in here, this is a staple or not. But I've mentioned some of the more supernaturally stuff that appears at the start.
You mean the very, very start?
Yeah.
What have you, the prologue or Mission 1?
Well, I've seen in Mission 1 and the prologue, there's some just random, not normal human stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of thinking, I thought this was just a stealth military game.
Yeah,
which is, again, I'm saying this is based off my ignorance of the other games, which kind of puts me off a little bit, because if it was just normal stealth military stuff,
it's not an overpowering thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But there's always been it's bosses in games. If you've played any game throughout history, there'll be a boss that seems to have supernatural ability for unknown reasons. Some are weirder than others, but that's just how it is. I mean, so far, I don't necessarily know how big an impact it's going to be in the game, but since mission 1, when you see those skulls,
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything supernatural, and I'm on mission 5 now.
Okay. No, but that's again, I'm saying I don't know the rest of it. I don't know if that's a track record, and therefore people who've played them will expect it, know it, or this is a weird part of the game for some reason.
The bottom line is you have to play this game. Like it's very, very, very special and very clever, and it makes you be a cleverer for it. Ash, Mad Max, the other game this week, PS4, Xbox One, PC again. You're playing this one at the moment?
I am, yeah. So I thought, as you were taking Metal Gear Solid, I'd take Mad Max this week. I do still intend to play Metal Gear Solid at some point in the next few weeks, but I've been waiting for Mad Max to come out for probably more than a year, or whenever it was first announced. Even the initial trailer kind of sold it to me, and as it's sort of gone on and we've got closer to the release date, I've seen more and more footage of the game that led me to really wanting to play this. So I was excited going into it, and I've not been disappointed so far. It's reminiscent of a couple of other games that we've played, and I'm really enjoying it. There's still a lot more. I'm probably only, I think I'm about 8 or 9% complete at the moment, and that's after about 8 hours play. So
a lot to do.
There's a lot to do, so it's probably not far off full completion. Probably not much short of 100 hours.
Sounds similar to Metal Gear,
but a good game nevertheless.
Yeah, no, it looks good, and we look forward to seeing. To put you on the spot, a let's play at some point.
I am going to get a let's play done on this, definitely. It's probably going to be next week's let's play, I would think. So this week we've got Metal Gear Solid. Next week we'll have Mad Max.
Boom. And the third game was what we got Dan to play. Rugby World Cup 2015. So how's the rugby going?
That was a blast.
He picked up Madden by mistake. Oh, no.
No.
I mean, I think you dodged the bullet there. Madden, obviously, very good game. Rugby World Cup. Basically, I think on Metacritic it's at like 30 at the moment.
If it's anything like the other rugby game that came out not too long ago, I can imagine it's quite poor.
It's basically the same. It's got all the same problems that game's got. It's not fixed any of them. It's quick, cheap kind of cash in order to...
It's basically that game reskinned, isn't it? Just international.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the other game was international as well, but...
That is why I stay away from these games. Whenever the World Cup games come out, whether it's rugby or football or anything else, I do normally stay away from them.
At least FIFA already has to find it. For some reason, no one can seem to make a good rugby game. I guess it's the case of just the mass appeal. Yeah. There's a lot more people out there that want to play Madden or FIFA, and imagine how many gamers would actually want to buy a rugby game.
I had an EA rugby game years and years ago, maybe 2003-ish era. It was PS2.
Yeah,
and it played all right at the time, but
but
then again, that's like looking at it with the kids' eyes and so on. It's like probably maybe didn't notice all the technical stuff.
Yeah,
but as a game, it functions.
It's just certain sports. Yeah,
it's like a cricket game. It just doesn't sell well or play well. I don't think on a console. It just doesn't work.
I had a cricket game in PS2, and it's just like, it
just doesn't work.
I don't know. Brian Lara cricket for the PS1 was pretty awesome.
Okay,
Brian Lara cricket for the Sega was awesome.
Yeah, there are exceptions, but the one we had on PS4, the Don Bradman. Yeah, It wasn't the best.
Problem is, cricket as a sport just does not lend itself to long time sitting down on and playing.
Well, at least you got now the T20 options to make the games.
But like sitting down and trying to do an actual test, it takes them 4 or 5 days to actually do the real thing.
Yeah, it's the same as baseball. Like I don't understand baseball sports games now. Obviously, the Americans will probably have different views, but it's like the batting bit's fine, but how much skill can there be to throwing the ball?
Quite a lot.
Yeah, I know there is in the sport, but like in the game, it's just pressing a button.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
Let's roll through the rest of these. We've got Zombie Vikings for the PS4. This was the failed PlayStation Plus option.
Failed's a bit harsh.
Alternative.
It didn't win.
Okay, the loser PlayStation Plus option. No, it looked like a good game. It came in a very gracious second out of 3. And this was one you voted for, wasn't it, Dan? You
Yes.
said? So you bought it then?
Not yet.
So you liked it, but only liked it for 3 liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think they were voted for in the right order.
Yeah, this was these are from the guys who did Stick It to the Man. So there's a lot of kind of tongue-in-cheek humour in the game, side-scrolling, zombies. It's fun. It actually does look quite fun.
It does look good fun. It does.
But didn't quite beat out Grow Home, which obviously we talked about last week. That's now officially out for the PS4.
Yeah.
The one that came in 3rd place was Armello, which probably deserved of its third place. It just looked the less fun.
I would agree.
It might be a perfectly good game.
Yeah, I would agree. But
it's
again,
just not.
It's one of those where it depends what type of game you like. We can all sit here and say that, but Grow Home just might not have been some people's cup of tea.
Yeah,
and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's a role-playing strategy game.
Yeah,
it's just not the type of games that we like to play. So that's. But it's there, and it's 30% off at the moment for PS Plus owner users, the same as the Zombie Vikings. So if you are wanting these games, even though they didn't win, now's the time to buy them because you get a decent saving on them. Talking of like PlayStation Plus, we've also got the Games with Gold game, the Dear God, which is officially out this week now. Came as part of Xbox One. We talked about that last week, so we won't go into huge details on it, apart from the fact that it's a very weird game.
That's definitely not a huge detail, yeah. No.
But I have played it for about 5 minutes, and it controls well. The controls are solid.
Okay.
I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just, it's side scrolling, so it's like I'm jumping up and down. Kind of, it looks like I'm making progress. I have no idea if I am or not, though. But then again, 5 minutes.
When do you ever know what you're doing in a video game? I just sat down for 20 minutes and we did Metal Gear Solid Let's Play, and it was.
Hey, I was fine. I scoped everything. I was stealthy, and then Dan arrived, pressing on the buzzer, and it put me off my game. And then I could see him staring and watching me, and I felt the pressure.
Intimidated.
Yeah,
I know.
I always want to perform my best for Dan. You see,
Sorry, I could have come and just sat in here if you wanted.
Well, I couldn't tell you to, could I? I was on camera. We got Super Toy Cars for the Xbox One.
I like the look of this.
This one looks cool. This is Micro Machines without the licensing, basically. But it does look fun. A little fun little Xbox game for the right price. Definitely maybe one to have a look at. Probably could see it being Games with Gold at some point as well. But then again, there's a lot of these games that don't seem to make it. So that we've talked about this, like things like Roundabout, and there was that Chameleon game. I can't remember what it was called. Might just be called Chameleon.
I think you corrected me and told me it was probably Chameleon when I said the Chameleon game.
Yeah, like these games like this that they don't make the Games with Gold. So keep an eye on it. We've got Quest of Dungeons for the Xbox One. This is a 2D roguelike game where you basically kind of do quests and like take on people inside a dungeon. Shockingly.
Makes sense.
I didn't mean to say quest until I saw that the name was Quest of Dungeons. I was like, I shouldn't have said that.
This is where you do quests in dungeons.
Yeah, so this was probably...
Great description.
This is obviously the kind of intelligence that went around their table when they were naming it. I was like, well, what should we name this game?
Well, we're doing quests. Where are we doing? Usually in a dungeon.
So yeah,
guys, I've got it.
That was we finished the game. All right, we've got one more meeting to hold here so that we can decide on the name. Nah, let's just go to the pub. We'll work it out there.
Yeah.
And then closing off the list, we have got Nightmares from the Deep, The Cursed Heart. This is an Xbox One game making its way over from the PC. You are a museum owner who has to basically go and rescue your daughter from an undead pirate who has kidnapped her.
Yeah.
Point and click kind of adventure game. Not sure personally how I feel about it. I haven't really looked too much into it. I don't know, Dan, I didn't ask you before if you have any massive insight knowledge onto this series?
Nope, none at all. And considering the fact that I saw the notes for this probably about half an hour before turning up.
No,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at this.
No, I just didn't know if you happen to know about the game. You've heard about it
before.
before. But yeah. So, you've seen the overlay. If you want to know more, there is this fancy thing called the internet, which you can go and find it out on. But if you're interested, on a total of 8 votes on Game Facts, it's got 3.38 out of 5. So, respectable. So, guys, what is your game of the week?
Let's go to Dan first this week.
Okay.
Rugby World Cup 2050. No, not really. I just
Get Out.
Just for that one moment of you going.
Well,
it's Metal Gear Solid. I said like things that have slightly put me off on it, but that's because I just don't know enough about the previous.
You're intimidated, I think, of the fact that there's this story there that is very. It appears to be complex, and you're worried about just jumping in a bit too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I don't think you need to worry about it. I think it's one of these games where it's going to be similar to me when I played The Witcher. I went in blind. I didn't really understand what was going on, but I still enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Metal Gear. There'll be a lot more stuff that you'll get. Like the guys, like in the first mission, the guy you rescue, it will mean nothing to you if you haven't played Peace Walker.
Yeah.
But if you play Peace Walker, it's like, oh, cool, I got to rescue Kaz.
Yeah.
Whereas if you haven't played it, it's like,
Spoiler.
It's not a spoiler, really. But it's not really a spoiler because your objective is go rescue Kaz. It's like, but if you haven't, then it's like, oh, cool, I've rescued that guy. So it's those sorts of things.
Yeah.
But if anyone out there is really, really interested in wanting to know the stories, there's a really fantastic YouTube channel that have basically taken all the cutscenes out of all of the games and kind of edited it all together along with like key gameplay footage to basically make a movie of the games. Now they're long, like Peacekeeper movie was like 4 hours. I think the Metal Gear Solid 4 is like 7 hours. I didn't watch that one.
There were so many cutscenes and they were long in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
Like, they were so long that as much as I wanted to finish that game, it just felt like I could never reach the end. And I played hours and hours.
Is that because you'd sit down of an evening going, I'm going to play this game, start it up, cutscene, 2 hours later?
No, seriously, some of the cutscenes
Yeah.
like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Some of the cutscenes were 20 minutes. It was nuts.
They are long. They are long. You have to treat the game as a cinematic experience.
Yeah.
That being said, there's a little bit less of that in 5, which, I mean, the whole prologue is pretty much like a giant cinematic with a couple of tutorial bits.
Yeah.
So it is a slow start to the game, but don't let that deter you, because even though I'm only 2% complete, I can already sense it's going to be something special. Ash.
I don't need to ask what your game of the week is, because quite clearly...
Well, that was me answering off the back of that.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to go with Mad Max because it was I did pick it over Metal Gear Solid this week in terms of my purchase. I had a decision to make as to which one I wanted to play in the shop. I went with Mad Max. I've been anticipating it being released for quite a while. So far, I've not been disappointed. Hopefully, the story, does it. From what I've learned of the story so far, I'm intrigued as to where it's going. There are lots of different types of enemies. There's lots of different vehicles that you can to travel around in. You've got fast travel capabilities. It's a nice, decent sized map. It's not too big. It's not too small. There's lots going on. There's lots of side missions. So all in all,
Godlocks will be happy with it then.
Yeah, it's not too big, not too small. It's
just right.
Just right. No, I'm pleased so far. So
awesome.
I will be getting on to Metal Gear Solid.
There's no right or wrong answer. No, of course not. But the whole point of our shows and everything we do is it's opinion based. So
and Matt's opinion matters more than anyone's.
No, my opinion is just the loudest.
That is true. I can agree with that.
So there we go. That's it for this week.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below what you're thinking of Metal Gear or Mad Max so far, because of all the games we talked about this week, let's be honest, those are the only 2 that people are playing. No one's playing the other stuff right now.
They're not.
Probably not.
And if they are, Well,
If they are,
more for,
I didn't
more for
mean to
them.
laugh, but you know.
More for them.
Yeah.
if they are, it's because they can't afford the others.
Yeah. So I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to end this and I'm going to play Metal Gear. So thank you, Ash. Thank you, Dan.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
And everyone out there, thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.